Metallica just released the Blacklist. It's probably one of the biggest covers albums ever recorded. The album features artists from all types of musical genres. So in today's video, I chose 12 songs. One song representing from one song from the original Black album. And I'm just going to do a quick review of each song and give it a score from 1 to 10. The original album has 53 songs. Most of them are covers of the same song. So for example, out of the 53 songs, there are 12 covers of Nothing Else Matters. So for that reason, I chose one cover for one song. So let me just jump right into it. The first song I chose was Enter Sandman by Ghost. This one starts out as a piano ballad, and at first I was thinking I wasn't going to like it, but right before the 1 minute mark, it just gets really heavy. Ghosts show off their signature style of gothic rock and metal and 70s hard rock. I've always said that the band Ghost reminds me of Blue Oyster Cult, and I really think that works, and I think the gothic metal really works in this. Actually, my favorite part of the song is when they start saying the line, now I lay me down to sleep, and it's kind of like an interchange between a male and female vocals. I really like that. I think that really added something a little special to this one. So I enjoyed this one a lot. Final score, 9 out of 10. Next I chose Sad But True by Royal Blood. The intro was okay. It sounded a lot like the original. You do hear a little distortion in the vocals. There are some electronic elements in the song, kind of mostly during the bridge before the solo. I think the solo was kind of just okay, and the song in general was kind of just okay. So final score, 6 out of 10. Next I chose Holier Than Thou by Corey Taylor. Now we know Corey Taylor from Slipknot and Stone Sour. So I was kind of expecting a heavy song. The intro is very faithful to the original. The song is heavy, maybe a little heavier and faster than the original, but not much of a difference. It is mostly faithful to the original, maybe with the exception of the last 30 seconds where they kind of get really thrashy. It almost sounds like something from Kill 'Em All or something like that. But that's only the last 30 seconds. So this one's it's good, okay. Final score, 7 out of 10. Next is Wherever I May Roam by J Balvin. So he is a reggaeton superstar. Basically, this is not really a cover. It's kind of a tribute. I don't know what it is, but it's him rapping over the original song. And I do understand Spanish, so he's basically rapping about how much a badass he is and how much paper he makes and things like that. After a long rap, James comes in, sings the chorus. They add a little of some extra beats to it, but it's not good. 0 out of 10. Next is Nothing Else Matters by Chris Stapleton. So he's one of the biggest stars of modern country music. His style is a mixture of southern rock and outlaw country. This one reminds me a lot of Lynyrd Skynyrd, so that's pretty cool. He turns up the distortion a little bit on this one. The song is kind of long, 8 minutes and 15 seconds, so there are parts of the song where he just does go into kind of a jam session. I kind of like how he took the song and turned it into a southern rock song. It does sound very natural, as if it was intended to be this way, so I liked it, very good. I give it an 8 out of 10. Next is The Unforgiven by Cage the Elephant. The original song was a power ballad that had a heavy verse and a light chorus. That was kind of the opposite of what most power ballads did back in the day. Cage the Elephant turns this into kind of a very poppy indie rock song. The vocals are very soft and, I didn't really like it that much. I think it did lose its charm that the original had with the heavy and light guitar parts. So this one is not great. Final score, 5 out of 10. Next, I chose Don't Tread on Me by Volbeat. So this song, I didn't like the original by Metallica that much. I mean, that's probably one of the weaker songs on the album. But I think this is a slight improvement. Volbeat, they're a metal band, but they do kind of groove metal, and they kind of mix a little bit of rockabilly. Not really a band that I've really gotten into, but I think they have another album coming out pretty soon. But anyway, I thought this was pretty good. They turned up the heaviness a little. It's a little faster. It gets a little heavy. It's a little thrashy. Thought it was pretty good. So final score, 8 out of 10. Next is Through the Never by the Mongolian metal band The Hue. So they sing in their native language and they incorporate sounds from their home country. So this is heavy and it's different, but it's really good. It's a good type of different. They use various like percussive and wind and stringed instruments. And the original song is one of the thrashiest songs from the original album. So it's a heavy song. I really like the violin solo. That they did that very well. So as a final score, I like this a lot. I will give this a 9 out of 10. Next is Of Wolf and Man by Goodnight, Texas. So they're a folk rock and Americana band. They're from Texas. Goodnight, Texas is like the town like right between like where the two members live or something like that. So it's kind of a strange choice for a song played in this style. I mean, number one, the original is very heavy. And number two, it's about werewolves. So I don't really think it just fits this genre. It's just okay. I think if you're a fan of this genre, you might like it better. But for me, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Next is The God That Failed by Idols. So they're a punk rock band from Bristol, England. They took the song, they turned it into a hard rock, punk rock song, has a pounding beat. Some electronic sounds mixed in. This one I didn't really like that much. I didn't really think it was a really good choice for their style, so 5 out of 10. Next is My Friend of Misery by Cherry Glazerr. So they are a female-fronted indie and garage rock band. So this one has some heavy and light parts, some electronic elements, and it is kind of reimagined as like a pop song, and I think they really made it work. You know, it reminded me a little of the band Paramore as well. It kind of had that kind of style. I thought it wasn't too bad. So final score, 7 out of 10. The last song is The Struggle Within by Rodrigo y Gabriela. So they are an acoustic duo from my current place of residence, Mexico City. So their style is flamenco and rock. So it kind of sounds like a strange choice for a band or artists to do something like this, but they really made it work. So if you remember that band Apocalyptica, they did the Four Cellos album of Metallica covers. It's something similar to this. Or you might have seen YouTube videos of people doing these like flamenco covers of metal songs. It's in that style, and I like it. I think it worked a lot. It worked very well. So my final score for this will be an 8 out of 10. So that is it. I just chose 12 songs from the album, but there are a lot more for me to cover. So let me know in the comment section what you thought of this. Maybe what are some of your favorites. And if this video does well, I may do another follow-up. I'll choose maybe another 12 songs, and I'll do a review with a similar style like this. So that is it. Coming up next week, more Iron Maiden. I have to do Peace of Mind, Number of the Beast, Killers, and their debut album. I'll do that Monday through Thursday. And Friday, the 17th, there are a lot of new releases coming out this weekend. So that entire week might be just stacked with just me doing new releases. So anyway, that's it. My name is John. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the other videos I have over here. And I'll see you in the next one.